Hi everyone, I'm Heidi and this is Genuinely Heidi. This is going to be a shorter video and I'm going to try to make them shorter on purpose because I know they've been a bit long. I am now using a tripod for the phone that I'm using for the camera because if you've heard weird audio problems in the other videos, it's because I was fidgeting with the phone while holding it. And so hopefully the tripod thing will solve that problem. Anyway, I guess one thing that I wanted to go into a little bit today, and I think I will keep going on this topic a little bit, is emotional processing. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about why emotional processing is important, because it's definitely not something I learned to do growing up, and then as an adult I was experiencing a lot of big emotions and didn't know anything about them at all. And so there was a time as an adult where I decided to just mentally put them behind this big old barrier and just wait to deal with them until I had a counselor or someone. But I also wasn't actively getting a counselor at the time. I was just basically trying to save all the emotions for later, and I was very effective at it to the point where I forgot that I was even doing that. And so then I went poking around in my emotions one day while I was at work and had nothing to. I was working physically, but I was mentally just roaming my mental landscape and accidentally poked into this heap of emotions I've been burying forever, and it all came out right all together. And I cried at work and had to go in the back, and that was a little embarrassing. But also, I just had plenty of experience with when you do hide emotions and put them behind the barrier and ignore them, they affect you anyway. It doesn't make them not affect you. In fact, a lot of times it makes them affect you more. Because, and I'll talk about this more, I think, in some other time, but emotions are messengers, and if you don't listen to their message, they're going to try and get louder to make you listen to them. So, I did learn my lesson to listen to my emotions. And so I did that, and I did that, and I did that, and a lot of big emotions that I was letting myself feel, and just letting myself feel them and owning them. And and it got to the point where I was overwhelmed and depressed because I was always feeling all these big emotions that were weighing down on me. Emotional processing is more than just feeling their emotions. If you distract yourself and don't let yourself feel the emotions, that is not healthy. If you only just feel the emotions and just let yourself live in them, that's not necessarily healthy either. I found that one of the most healthy things that you can do for your emotional health is to see your emotions and listen to them, but not live in them, not dwell in them. Give them a space where you can feel them, or you can recognize them, or you can try and understand them better, and let them live in that space. And outside of that space, take a break from it. And so I think that's the fundamental principle behind why to do emotional processing. Emotional processing is that space where you give your emotions, where you can learn about them and let them, let them share their messages and listen to those messages. And then once you're, when you're not in that space, when you're the rest of the week or whatever, you can just remind them, hey, I will listen to you at this time, on this day. And if you are diligent about keeping that appointment with your emotions, they will leave you alone during the rest of the time because they will trust that they will get addressed. And, emotions are messengers. They're trying to tell you what you need. So I think I'll keep going into the emotional processing side of things, and different kinds of emotional processing, and more reasons, I guess, to do it, but we'll leave it there for today. So thank you for watching, and take care.